Hello and welcome to Halftime with Barry and Justin. I'm Barry Elliott.
And I'm Justin Robinson. Welcome back to Halftime with Barry and Justin. Breaking news. After joining the Big South Conference, Hampton University has hired their new head coach, Robert Prenti. We will be back with more as we go live with the new announcement on Halftime with Barry and Justin right after this.
Hello, this is Halftime with Barry and Justin. We're going to be talking about high school playoffs this week.
Yeah, because jumping in this Division 6 matchup, I just think that seeing that Austin Smith beat Cox by a touchdown and seeing Ocean Lakes beat Grammy by 2 touchdowns, that's going to be a tough matchup as well. And the Division 6 is just getting started.
The information we share will be fun, entertaining, and you know there are going to be predictions.
My prediction is I got Kingsport winning 75-21.
You want to hear what's funny? You will hear questions asked you would love to hear answers to. So tune in and enjoy Halftime with Barry and Justin. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and you can catch us on Facebook Live. That's Halftime with Barry and Justin.
First, good afternoon. My name is Matthew White. I'm a senior PR specialist here for Hampton University. I'd like to first welcome everyone here today for what is a momentous occasion here at Hampton. We are celebrating dual anniversaries. It's the university's, this world-class institution's 150th anniversary, as well as our own esteemed president, Dr. William R. Harvey, and his visionary leadership for 40 years. We're celebrating that here. But at this time, I would like to turn it over to these two gentlemen here on my left. First, our athletic director, Mr. Eugene Marshall, Jr., and also it's my pleasure to introduce you to our 21st head football coach here at Hampton University, Coach Robert Prenti. Gentlemen, take it away.
For our president, Dr. William R. Harvey, I want to welcome everybody here, as Mr. White did, on a special occasion. We're going to introduce our 21st head coach and his great football history, Mr. Robert Prenti. But first, I'd just like us to take a moment of silence for Coach Edward Buck Joyner Sr., who's the father of our basketball coach, Coach Joyner, but also served as our volunteer assistant this year and last year, and did an excellent job of not only mentoring his son, who was the head coach, but our assistant coaches and our student athletes, and was really a big part of our family here at Hampton. I'd like us to just take a moment of silence, please. Thank you. As we begin this, I want to thank a few people. I want to first off thank Mr. Connell Maynard, who was our head coach the last 4 years, for putting in good service here at Hampton University and really doing a good job with our young leaders and champions. I wish him and his family all the best. I would like to also thank our sponsors, who are the backbone of our athletic program, for all their support and effort that they give. The Booster Club members who are here, who also support us, and the Hampton Nation folk who are here and also around the nation. We embarked on this journey about 2.5 weeks ago. We had about 87 candidates from around the country. We were able to have about 15 to 20 phone interviews. We narrowed it down to 8 to bring it on campus, where we had a search committee. And I'd like to acknowledge and thank our search committee members. Mr. Luke Butler, who is our strength and conditioning coach for football. Dr. Joanne Haysbert, Chancellor, Provost. Attorney Paul C. Harris, Senior Vice President. Dean Angela Boyd, Dean of Admissions. Ms. Brent Martin, Director of Alumni Affairs. Mr. Joe Lewis, President of the Booster Club. And our head coach, of the search process, Dr. William R. Harvey, our president. Would you give him a round of applause, please? We got it down to 8, and we willed it down to 3. But I want to say something that out of these 87 candidates, 10 were current NFL, CFL assistant coaches. 10 were former or current FCS head coaches. And then another 10 were assistant or assistant head coach from FBS. And over 50% wanted this job because we were moving to the Big South. You have Hampton tradition, moving to the Big South. It is a very attractive position. I also, at this time, would like to thank the folks that did an excellent job behind the scenes when we needed certain things. From the business office led by Ms. Bells and Ms. Nichols. From Mr. Hardy taking care of all of the maintenance stuff that needs to be done to prepare for our new coach. To Dean Plummer and her staff for putting on this press conference and making sure the releases were done. Mr. Kevin Ricks for setting up the audio, and Mr. Matt White for not only his support during the search, but being the MC. Would you please give him a round of applause? Coach Prenti's record speaks for itself. He is from Virginia. He's from Hampton University. He spent 2 years here, what people don't realize. So he bleeds blue and white. He understands what it is to play on that field. He understands what it is to have the love and affection for this institution. He went on to coach at the high school level, Gretna High School, where they had a 44-game losing streak, the worst program in the state of Virginia. He turned it around. He went from no wins to 1 win and finished his career there with 11-1 record. He then went on to Hargrave Military Academy, where he went to school, turned that program around. He also had a lot of professional athletes that come through those programs. So Tommy Tuberville took him with him to Texas Tech, where he, 2 years in a row, was the best recruiter in the Big 12. Then he went with Coach Tuberville to Cincinnati, where he became the AAC best recruiter. And now he went to Eastern Carolina, where he was the associate head coach, defensive line coach, and then was pressed into duty after 3 games to be the defensive coordinator. So what we needed here at Hampton, we needed discipline. We needed somebody that's going to teach and develop our student athletes, somebody that can recruit not only nationwide from the 757, because I can stand here to say that Hampton University is open for 757 talent. And then we want somebody that's of good character. We want somebody that's a family man. We want somebody that's going to coach, lead, mentor. And at the end of the day, Coach Prenti was at the top of the list. His preparation for the interview, his history of Hampton University during the interview process, was the only candidate to talk about Hampton. Left sports out, talked about Hampton and what it meant, and that he wanted to come back. This was full circle. He wanted to be here. And so before I bring him up, I just want to say that it was very refreshing to have people say time after time, I want to be at Hampton. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce the 21st head coach of Hampton University, Mr. Robert Prenti.
When I came in 1983, and you can relate this to why I want to be here now, I couldn't imagine that I would walk on, because I didn't have that vision, that I would walk on Hampton University campus and see a $231 million proton cancer beam therapy center. Nowhere in the world. 4 satellites. It's amazing. Online continuing education programs, reaching students and faculty all across the country. The vision. So I want to thank, Dr. President Harvey. I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. It means a lot. When I came in '83, and Arlette Bowman came to Hargrave and recruited me, and I met with you out there on the waterfront by your house. I had no idea God would bring me back here. But I want to tell you, 40 years of this vision that you have put here is incredible under your leadership. And me coaching in the Big 12, coaching at Cincinnati and East Carolina, to get into this vision right here at this time in my life, I'm very thankful. Dr. Harvey, thank you. I want to thank the athletic director, Eugene Marshall, because I've been around. I've interviewed in the SEC with athletic directors. I've interviewed in the ACC. In 2012, I was the nation's top recruiter. From Mal Moore to who's who as far as the athletic directors go. Eugene Marshall's a class act. And I'm not saying this because I got the job. I'm saying this because of the way he handled it. It was the way he handled it. See, you can interview for a job and you can feel like you got it, and then you can kind of play the game to get more money out of it, to stay at the place you at. Or you can have an agent try to get as much as he can. But Mr. Marshall was consistent. And I knew when I gave my reference, I got a call one night from one of my references. He's a head coach in the ACC. And he said, hey, I just got off the phone with the athletic director at Hampton University. And I said, oh, yeah? He said, wow. He said, man, that guy is sharp. He said, we started talking, and this guy had already got in my circle with the people he knew. He knew some of the same people that I knew at the highest level. He said, I felt like I was talking to my brother. Thank you, Mr. Marshall. Thank you. This is not my football team. This is the university football team. This is the alumni's football team. This is the players' football team. It's the fans in the community. I want to make that clear. We will be about education. We will continue to develop student athletes. We will use our APR to recruit student athletes. And that's what I'm about. When I left Chatham, Virginia, my father died when I was 10. My mother died my sophomore year in college. I knew how important education was. So I bring a story with me. I understand, I get it. Life is tough. When I was at my last year at Alabama A&M, when my mother, I was out of school. And when my mother passed away, when I say my last year, meaning that my sophomore year I had to sit out because she had got sick and had a stroke. I rode a bus 18 hours. The players got together and gave me $33. I rode a bus 18 hours to come home to Chatham, Virginia to bury my mother. So I get it. So it wasn't a problem, fellas. It wasn't a problem now when these coaches asked me to come to work for them. My deal was this. I'm going to make work hate me. I'm going to make it hate me. Because I knew then, won't nobody going to stop that life for me. You know, we talk about recruiting, and I know it's a big thing, but I want the players in here to know that I'm going to recruit you first. It starts with you guys, man. We'll get out on the road, but I'm going to recruit y'all. It's in the house. I know it's some guys in this room that's waiting for a chance. It's an open door now. Everybody gets a shot. I don't have no favorites. I don't deal in favoritism. Everybody has a shot. What I want from you is love. Because if you don't have love then you don't have what I'm about. Because I'm about love now. Because I know with love we can conquer everything. We can get through it. But if your spirit is different, then you're going to be a problem. Because see, when you got love, I don't have to worry about you breaking rules. I don't have to worry about you disrespecting a faculty member. I don't have to worry about you disrespecting a young lady on this campus. I don't have to worry about you not going to class. Because see, if you love this football team, then you're not going to do nothing to embarrass this football team. So I'm about love now, guys. We will be fundamental in discipline. When I got to Texas Tech, we played Oklahoma. They was #1 in the country. We upset them down there. When I got back to the office, Tuberville was waiting on me. He was having a fit. You didn't put your hands. I was coaching the D-line. Your hands weren't in the right place. You know, what your eyes looking at? And I was like, this man crazy. We just beat the #1 team in the country, Oklahoma, and he was just slamming me. And I said, hey, man, it's time for me to go back home. He waited about 2 days and walked through the office. He didn't even speak to me. He came back on Tuesday and he said, I did that because you got something in you. He said, I had to get it out of you. I went on to become his associate head coach and his defensive coordinator. See, in this room, guys, now, when I put my eyes on you now, I'm going to see something in you. But you got to trust me. And you got to trust the process. You got to believe now. Because if you don't believe, we won't achieve. We will, as far as the 757 go, no question. The bloodline, the backyard, we will be relentless in recruiting the 757. Every coach on our staff, including me, will have a certain amount of schools in this area, in the 757. It's too many good athletes getting out of here. We got more to offer. We put our education with the best. We got more to offer here at Hampton for these guys not to stop in here. You can check my record. Whatever head coach it is, I probably coach more NFL players than he did. I'm about at 71 now. So that shouldn't be a problem. If you're good enough, they'll find you. Because they've been here before and found them. And some of them are still playing in the league today. And some of them also went on to become very professional people in the educational field. Leaders in the corporate world. My philosophy on offense is simple. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to spread the field. We want to get one in the box. If you put two in the box, we're going to throw it. We get one in the box, we're going to run it down your throat. I want to be balanced. I want to run the ball 50% and throw the ball 50%. But I can tell you this much. If we got a play that's working, I'm going to run that play to death until you stop it. I'm going to run it till you stop it. Defense, we're going to be multiple. You're going to see a little 4-man front or you're going to see some 3-man front. We'll bring some off the edge. We'll blitz you. But we'll also be fundamentally sound. We'll play some coverages. We'll play different coverages. 6, 4, 2. I know you guys can relate to that. That's why I'm giving you that. But one thing I will do, we'll keep it simple. I'm convinced that the mistakes that I made when I got to be a coordinator was I tried to do too much. I thought it was me in my mind that I'm going to out-scheme. And when I started scheming, I got away from fundamentals and technique. And then I realized it goes back to the same thing, blocking and tackling. That's all it is, man. It's simple, blocking and tackling. You look at the game on Sunday, how do we lose? How do we block? How do we tackle? All the other stuff don't matter. Because if you didn't block and tackle, then you're probably going to lose the game. Special teams is 1/3. It is a team. I like fake punts, fake field goals. I like for those guys to have fun. Always something. I like, you might see us in 3rd down, and the punter, you know, he might drop back and punt the ball, the quarterback. There's a lot of different things that I'll do on the field. So I'm up for this challenge. See, I also have a piece of the vision that Dr. Wim Harvey has. My eyes is on the Big South. I didn't come here to lose. Make no mistakes about that. You got a winner now. Thank you.
You can email us at thehalftimeradioshow@gmail.com. That's thehalftimeradioshow@gmail.com. Go right now and email us so we get your 15-second slot right on here on Halftime.
You're listening to Halftime with Barry and Justin. We'll be back with more of Halftime with Barry and Justin after this.